Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into 10 of the best Seiko watches you can own right now, a brand that has spent over a century proving that exceptional watchmaking doesn't have to come with an eye-watering price tag. From rugged tool watches built to conquer the ocean floor to refined dress watches that hold their own in any boardroom, Seiko's lineup is remarkably diverse, deeply storied, and consistently outstanding in value. Whether you're just starting your watch collection or you're a seasoned enthusiast looking to add something genuinely special, there is a Seiko on this list made for you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Seiko 5 Sports SNKL09K1. We start things off with the Seiko 5 Sports SNKL09K1, a watch that makes the very best argument for affordable mechanical watchmaking you'll find anywhere. Clean, unpretentious, and powered by Seiko's reliable 7S26 automatic movement, this is the kind of watch you strap on without a second thought, and it simply gets on with the job. The dial is crisp and highly legible with bold indices and confident hands that make time reading effortless at a glance. The stainless steel case sits at a comfortable wearable size, and the bracelet, Uri, while no frills, is solid enough for daily use. What makes the SNKL09K1 special is what it represents. Japanese mechanical engineering, day-date complication, and automatic winding all at a price that removes every excuse not to own a proper mechanical watch. It's the entry point that doesn't feel like a compromise. The Seiko 5 Sports SNKL09K1 retails for approximately $60–80 USD. Number 9. Seiko SR312P1. The Seiko SR312P1 is proof that elegance doesn't require a luxury budget. This is a polished, refined dress watch with a slim stainless steel case and a beautifully clean dial that radiates understated sophistication. The rose gold toned applied indices and hands give it a warmth that looks genuinely expensive, and the hard Lex crystal, while not sapphire, is surprisingly resilient for everyday wear. Powered by a quartz movement for rock-solid accuracy, the SR312P1 is the smart choice for anyone who wants a versatile dress watch that pairs equally well with business attire and formal evening wear. The attention to finishing details at this price point is remarkable. Brushed and polished surfaces that catch the light with genuine elegance. If your wardrobe demands a watch that looks the part without demanding a premium price, the SR312P1 answers the call beautifully. The Seiko SR312P1 retails for approximately $150–175 USD. Number 8. Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51K1. The Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51K1, often nicknamed the Turtle Jr., is where Seiko's iconic sports DNA meets modern wearability. The cushion-shaped case is instantly recognizable as a nod to the beloved vintage Seiko Turtle lineage, but everything about it feels fresh and contemporary. The deep blue dial with matching blue bezel is striking without being over the top, and the overall execution carries a cohesion that speaks to genuine design intent. Inside beats the 4R36 movement with hand winding and hacking functions, a meaningful upgrade that lets you set the time precisely and wind the watch manually when needed. Water resistance to 100 meters makes it a capable daily companion, whether you're desk diving or genuinely getting wet. On the Jubilee-style bracelet it ships with, it's a watch that turns heads at a price that still leaves money in your pocket. The Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51K1 retails for approximately $250–300 USD. Number 7. Seiko Presage SPB163J1. With the Seiko Presage SPB163J1, we step into a category where Seiko's true craftsmanship begins to reveal itself in full. This is a watch that draws on centuries of Japanese artisanal tradition. The dial features a stunning enamel-inspired finish with a delicacy and depth that genuinely competes with Swiss dress watches costing several times more. The case proportions are impeccably balanced, slim enough to slide under a shirt cuff, substantial enough to command presence on the wrist. Powering the SPB163J1 is Seiko's excellent 6R35 movement, offering a very impressive 70-hour power reserve and dependable accuracy. The sword-shaped hands and applied Roman numeral indices are finished to a standard that exceeds expectations at this price point. Whether on the integrated leather strap or a complementary metal bracelet, this is a watch that brings genuine Japanese artistry to your wrist at a compelling price. The Seiko Presage SPB163J1 retails for approximately $500–550 USD. Number 6. Seiko Presage SPB167J1. The Seiko Presage SPB167J1 sits as a close sibling to the SPB163J1, but with its own distinct character that makes it equally deserving of a place in any serious collection. Where the SPB163J takes an ivory-toned approach, the SPB169J1 presents a rich, layered dial with a texture and finish that rewards close inspection. The applied indices shimmer against the dial surface with an interplay of light and shadow that only hand finishing can achieve. Again powered by the 6R35 caliber with its 70-hour power reserve, this watch is not merely a pretty face. It's a mechanically serious timepiece. The case finishing is superb, with polished bevels contrasting against brushed surfaces in the way you'd expect from watches at twice the price. If you appreciate the finer aesthetic details of watchmaking and want a dress watch that will age gracefully with you, the SPB167J1 is an exceptional choice. The Seiko Presage SPB169J1 retails for approximately $500–600 USDC. Number 5. Seiko Prospex Turtle SRPC44K1. Halfway up our list, and we arrive at a true icon, the Seiko Prospex Turtle SRPC44K1. The turtle name comes from the watch's distinctive cushion-shaped case that fans have lovingly compared to its namesake for decades, and it's a design that has earned enormous affection in the watch community for very good reason. This is a professional-grade diver, 200 meters of water resistance, a unidirectional elapsed time bezel, and a highly legible dial with generous lume application that glows brilliantly in low-light conditions. The 4R36 movement inside is a workhorse, accurate, serviceable, and proven over years of everyday use. The SRPC44K1 wears larger than its case dimensions suggest, filling the wrist with the kind of confident, purposeful presence that tool watches do best. Dress it up on a leather strap or go full adventure on the rubber strap. Either way, this is a diver that earns its reputation every single day. The Seiko Prospex Turtle SRPC44K1 retails for approximately $350–400 USD. Number 4. Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169J1. The Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169J1 is one of Seiko's most architecturally ambitious watches, a timepiece that looks unlike almost anything else in its price class and demands attention the moment it's seen. The sharp-edged name is no marketing gimmick. The case has been sculpted with precise angular facets that reflect light with a geometric intensity reminiscent of Japanese sword craftsmanship, a deliberate design language that references the art of the swordsmith. The dial carries a layered, textured quality that shifts in character depending on the lighting, from cool and restrained in shade to brilliantly dynamic under direct light. The 6R35 movement once again delivers reliability and that outstanding 70-hour power reserve. If you want a watch that sparks genuine conversation, looks different from everything else on the market, and demonstrates real creative ambition at a fair price, the sharp-edged SPB169J1 is the one to reach for. The Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169J1 retails for approximately $650–700 USD. Number 3. Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB325J1. The Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB325J1 earns its legendary nickname through sheer presence and unapologetic capability. The Sumo has one of the most devoted fan bases in the watch world, a community that recognizes this as one of Seiko's greatest tool watches, and the SPB325J1 represents the definitive modern expression of that legacy. The broader, cushion-influenced case is robust and well-proportioned. The unidirectional bezel clicks with satisfying precision, and the dial is superbly legible with high-contrast indices and hands bathed in Seiko's Lumi Bright coating. Water-resistant to 200 meters, this is a watch you can wear into the ocean without a single hesitation. The upgrade to Seiko's 6R35 movement with its 70-hour power reserve brings serious mechanical credibility, while the JDM Japan domestic market production origin means the fit and finish are a clear step above standard models. For a serious dive watch built to the highest Seiko standards, nothing on this list beats the Sumo for raw tool watch satisfaction. The Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB325J1 retails for approximately $800–900 USD. Number 2. Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPB51K1. The Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPB51K1 is a watch that polarizes in the best possible way. Its angular, distinctly Japanese aesthetic draws instant recognition and strong opinions, and the people who love it tend to love it passionately. The Samurai case is unlike any other dive watch on the market. Sharply angled lugs and a dramatic crown guard structure give it an aggressive architectural silhouette that wears with genuine confidence. The deep blue sunburst dial catches light with a richness that photographs can barely do justice to. You simply have to see it in person. Inside, the 4R35 movement with hacking and hand winding keeps things practical and precise. At 200 meters of water resistance with a rock-solid unidirectional bezel, this is a fully functional professional diver that happens to also be one of the most visually distinctive watches Seiko has ever produced. Bracelet or rubber strap, the Samurai commands the wrist. The Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPB51K1 retails for approximately $354.25 USD. Number 1. Seiko Presage Cocktail Time SRPB41J1. The Seiko Presage Cocktail Time SRPB41J1. And if you haven't heard of this watch, prepare to understand why it has taken the watch collecting world by storm. The Cocktail Time is, quite simply, one of the most beautiful, affordable watches ever made. Its name comes from the luminous, translucent dial, a shimmering, multi-layered surface that captures light in a way that is genuinely mesmerizing. The dial appears different from every angle and in every light, sometimes deep and dark, sometimes blazing with color, like light refracting through a crystal glass. It's a watch you'll catch yourself staring at throughout the day, and that never gets old. Beneath that stunning exterior is Seiko's 4R57 movement with both manual winding and hacking, precision you can set to the second, housed in a beautifully refined stainless steel case with meticulous finishing. Applied Roman numeral indices and slender sword hands complete a dial that looks like it belongs in a Swiss boutique at 3 times the price. The SRPB41J1 proves a fundamental truth about watchmaking. The most important ingredient isn't budget, it's vision, craft, and intention. Seiko brought all 3 in abundance. Whether you're building your first collection or your 50th, the Cocktail Time belongs on your wrist. The Seiko Presage Cocktail Time SRPB41J1 retails for approximately $400–500 USD.